And welcome back. It is Husky, your host. Next up on our Star Fox 64 Complete Metal Guide, we're going to be taking a look at the asteroid belt, aka Meteo. Now, Meteo requires 200 kills in order to collect the badge. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Now, one good thing to keep in mind while playing Meteo and trying to collect the badge on it, these rocks here, these dark brown rocks, are actually destructible. You can shoot them down and they do reward kills. Eventually the asteroids turn into a different material and you cannot destroy them anymore, but up until that point, you know, shoot as many as you can. So despite not having a boss in the wormhole, I will be using the shortcut to Katina. I believe that there are far more enemies within the wormhole than there is otherwise, so keep that in mind as we go through this. Also know that there's going to be a lot of bombs that will drop in the wormhole itself. There's a lot of asteroids and groups of enemies that will actually drop bombs for you. So before we get to the wormhole, don't worry too much about saving your bombs. There are a few key spots that I'll try to point out where I would highly recommend using a bomb there, but if there's a group of enemies that you're seeing that looks like you can use a bomb on to pick up some extra kills, go ahead and do it, because, like I said, the wormhole, you may very well leave this level maxed out on bombs, so you may as well use them.
Whoa! Can you make it?
Use the brake!
So this is kind of funny right up here. I make a couple little mistakes that don't really affect my score all that much, but I'll point them out anyway. As I get a transmission from the Great Fox to drop off some supplies, I accidentally hit C up and I go into first person mode, and it kind of like tilts me, and I only get half of these guys when I could have gotten all four fairly comfortably. And then after that, as these three guys kind of jump me from behind and I do a somersault, I actually fat finger the bomb button and I just randomly waste one. Again, not really a big deal, but it was still kind of funny that it happened.
They're on me! I'm getting careless! Thanks, Fox.
And of course, on these guys right here, these 3 or 4 packs of enemies that appear all tightly grouped together, I'm going to be trying to hit them with the charge shots. You don't really have a whole lot of control over which enemy you get the lock on, but if you can manage to get like the center one to, you know, increase the number of hits that you get with that single charge shot, that'll increase your score even more.
The enemy's coming from behind.
Alright, so here comes a spot where I'm actually going to use 3 bombs back to back to back. The first bomb is going to destroy all of these enemies that are clinging to the inside of this asteroid. The next is going to destroy those spider bots that would have normally made that grid. And finally, this last one here is going to destroy all of those like little mini asteroids that would have just been firing lasers all over the place. Between those 3, you get about 30 kills, maybe a little bit more. So that's one of the spots that I would actually recommend giving that a shot on. Some more weird little sloppiness here. I fire off a bomb and blow it up too early and only get one of those guys. So another waste of a bomb. Again, as with the other mistakes, not really a big deal. So this spot on the map here happens really, really fast, but if you're quick about it, there's actually quite a few extra kills that you can get. Now, obviously you need to be flying through the rings in order to activate the wormhole. But as I'm doing that, you'll see me lock onto those groups of enemies right there. That was one, and that was my second one. Those groups give you a whole lot of kills if you can manage to lock onto them. Unfortunately, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on while you're going through the wormholes, and in that case, I only was able to lock onto 2 of them, which is really rather unfortunate, but in the end, it doesn't matter. I still am able to get enough kills in order to get the badge. Alrighty, so here we are in the wormhole now. It kind of goes without saying that there's a whole lot of stuff happening, a whole lot of enemies, a whole lot of asteroids. And as I've said a couple of times already in this video, a lot of the enemies that you shoot down will drop bombs, so go crazy with them. As you'll see right here, I do miss that one bomb somehow. I somehow managed to miss that bomb while doing that somersault. But all of these rocks, I mean, you have the bombs, those enemies right there, shoot the bombs, and you will, I promise, you'll get enough kills in order to get this badge. It's no big deal. You got it. And there you have it. Not too bad. Not too shibbity-shabbity by any means. If there's any one thing that I would say is the challenging part about getting the medal on Meteo, I would actually say it's probably just getting into the wormhole area itself, flying through those rings without making a mistake. They're probably not a whole lot more frustrating than having the run going and then having to stop and restart because you missed one of those rings and you couldn't get into this area. So it may actually be worth putting some practice time in if you are inconsistent at getting through those rings. So but once you get that down, I really don't think you'll have that much trouble with this. So go out and give it a shot, okay? So there it is, Meteo badge. That wasn't so hard, right? Anyway, as with the other videos, I'll bring up a menu here in a second, which can lead you to the other level guides of this series. Please feel free to click on the annotations on screen if you would like to see what getting medals on those levels looks like as well. If you enjoyed this guide, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel for more tips, tricks, walkthroughs, and Let's Plays. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.